Hello everyone, welcome Star Family, welcome to my channel. This is a collective reading for this new moon in Leo, August 2020. With the collective readings, I don't focus on any one particular zodiac sign. What I do is just look at the energies presenting themselves, whether it be for like a new moon, a full moon, a special event in our astrological timeline, something like that. So with this new moon energy, we're focusing on things to come. We're setting our intentions for the things that we wish to create and see for our life. Full moon energy, we've already purged, we've healed, we've gotten rid of things that aren't working for us any longer in preparation now to set our intentions for other things to come. Maybe even align ourselves more or less to receive new things to come. So with this reading, I'm going to start with a focal card. I'm going to use a fortune reading deck to see what the energies are for the collective new moon in Leo, August 2020. Let's see if we can get one card to see what the focal energy is for the collective. It might tell us what to expect, what to embrace, what maybe we should be on the lookout for, perhaps something we should know. So let's take a look to see if we can get one card to help us with these messages today for the collective new moon in Leo, August 2020. Okay, so it's that card. All right, look at that. How perfect is that? We have Leo and the lion, right? New moon in Leo, and it says, lion, harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. All right, when I look at that energy, I think a king in the jungle, someone who walks in their power. This is basically saying embrace your power, stand in your personal power, and move ahead in the direction of your goals, your aspirations, whatever you see for yourself, whatever intentions you are setting for this new moon, set them with confidence, right? So that way you can move ahead in confidence as well, knowing that you're protected through the process of what you are envisioning for yourself. Now I have these fell out and I will accept those. Let's see what we have. All right, so we have the 7. Is it the 7? Yeah, it is the 7 of Wands. Look at all these Wands energy. We also have the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Cups along with the Judgment. All right. I'm awful with Roman numerals, by the way. So what I'm seeing here is this is saying you might have, with that 7 of Wands energy, right, been a little bit, I almost want to say challenged, but fighting for a cause, fighting for something that you want. Maybe it's been a long time coming. Maybe you've experienced obstacles along the way into getting to, in regards to getting to a certain goal. The 7 of Wands is a fighting energy. You have to stand up for what you believe in and put your foot down towards the thing that you love, care for, desire, want, or aspire to. And you might come across, with the 7 of Wands, you might come across some opposition. It is that energy. However, the 8 of Wands is saying you're on the move towards your goal. Okay? You're definitely on the move. It's a card of movement, also likewise communication. Phone calls, emails, texts, maybe even travel. All right, you're on the move. The thing is that you've made progression here from the 7 to the 8 already, and it might feel at this moment that it doesn't feel like you've made a lot of progress, but you've made a lot of progress, and probably more progress than you realize. So it's kind of like this feeling of give yourself a little credit for all that you've accomplished up until this point towards your goals or your wishes, okay, with the 9 of Cups. Give yourself a little bit of credit. Pat yourself on the back, because you should be proud of, I almost want to say proud of yourself, like a proud lion, right? A lion sits in the jungle. He has a beautiful mane. It's like, I own the place. I'm doing good. You know, I have this whole thing to myself. I'm the king of the jungle, right? Like, he's confident. So it does feel like you've gone from a 7 to an 8. You've made progress that you don't probably even realize you've made. And maybe take a step back and look at the bigger picture and be like, you know what? I've come pretty far. You've gotten pretty far. We don't always give ourselves that pep talk, right? But this is feeling like the universe is saying, hey, give yourself a little bit of a pep talk because you've had your challenges. You've kept fighting towards whatever it is that's inspiring you, whatever goals that you have in mind for yourself. Not only that, whatever dreams you have, wishes on your heart that you have. It feels like with the 7 to the 8, you've made progress towards your goals and your dreams and the wishes that you have for your life. You made that progression whether you realize it or not. You have. Maybe you haven't had a moment to even step back and appreciate it and say, you know what, I actually have come pretty far. 8 of Wands is always about movement, speed, action, momentum. So what I feel like is that I know I don't see like an Ace of Swords. I don't see like a Tower, which sometimes can be a breakdown to have a breakthrough, but I'm feeling the vibe of a breakthrough. And maybe it's the Judgment energy that's here that's giving me the feeling that this new moon time, okay, is going to give you that liberation moment, that rebirth moment, that reinvention of yourself that you've been looking for. It is a card of freedom and letting go of the baggage of the old and preparing yourself now to act upon the call that you've been given. Sometimes the Judgment energy even reminds me of an energy of purpose and hearing the call, like a high vibrational call, right? With the angel sending the sound through the trumpet. How can you not wake up and hear that? If you have a call or you're inspired to do something, this is saying maybe you've been fighting to get to that point where you can achieve it. But now I feel like this is saying with the Judgment, you're hearing the little pieces and the little nudges that you need even that much louder than before. And as you continue to hear the call towards your purpose or towards whatever it is that you're supposed to do, it feels a little bit lighter every time for it. There's a little bit more of surrender to the process as you continue to travel in the direction of your goals and dreams. This is saying, you know, you're going to have wish fulfillment, but you also have to continue in the path. You have to keep traveling in the path of your wish. Right here, these 3 cards together are quite literal, right? You have a struggle, you have challenges in regards to your goals, but you keep fighting, you keep hustling, you keep moving forward over here with the 8. You keep moving, fighting in the direction of your wishes and goals. And it kind of feels like the reason why some of you might be fighting so hard towards a wish, a goal, an aspiration, something you want to see for yourself is because you've heard the call. You've gotten the nudge. How can you not act upon it? If Spirit placed that inspiration in you, all you've done so far is act upon the nudge you've been given. And those nudges, honestly, I feel like with the Judgment, like you've gotten that call, a call to purpose, or whatever it is you want to achieve. Once you get that call and have that sudden spark towards something, it's kind of hard to ignore. Like, how are you gonna ignore the trumpets blaring in your ear? Good luck with that, right? So it kind of feels like naturally, of course, you're gonna respond, and you have been responding every time you get up and fight another day towards something you want to achieve. The lion is a pretty much king of the jungle, like I said, a literal bad ASS. in the jungle, and he goes after. That's that fire energy, right? You feel that spark, you move towards the spark because you're naturally moved to do it or accomplish it. That's that go get 'em energy, that fighter mentality. It's survival of the fittest. So this is also telling me that you're probably, with this, taking on the energy of the lion in order to achieve something that even has come with his fair share of challenges. But you still keep moving. Because why? The vision and the dream is so vibrant in your mind's eye or in your heart. You feel it so deep in your heart. How can you not listen and pursue the call you've been given? That's why it's saying harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. Harness that personal power. Dig down deep. Fight another day towards a goal if you have to. But don't give up on the call you've been given, because it's leading you to, I almost want to say, a higher, more evolved version of you. Again, the judgment energy is where the people in the card have stripped themselves of anything that's no longer helping them on the journey. You're reborn. You're free. You're brand new. You've reinvented yourself in a whole new way. Unrecognizable. The old you does not really apply to the new you that's been reborn. So you continuing to put one foot in front of the another every single day towards a wish or a goal over here is really just gonna lift you up in a way that'll pretty much set you on the path to your highest self. Your wish fulfillment is at hand, and it's saying that you'll get your wish, you'll have your wish. But when you achieve the wish and the goal, you're not going to be the same person afterward. So are you ready for that? Because that's what this is feeling like. You're on the path to pursue the wish, the goal, the dream, the aspiration. But are you ready for the shift and the changes that it will bring? And the fact that you're not going to be the same person afterward. The judgment energy is an energy of transition. Plenty of cards in the tarot, right, that do it, that speak of it. You have the wheel, the death, the tower, the judgment. Especially, I'm just rattling off majors, right? The death, the wheel, the judgment, the tower, the world. All cards of major shift, change, transition. You are entering a brand new phase. This is like, that judgment energy is feeling like that pivotal moment when anything that was lingering, that still had yet to go, has now finally gone. Nothing left after that. So if there was anything still hanging around your energy field, or any physical thing that was still lingering, that needed to be done and away with in the past, weeks, months, years, this judgment is saying, once it goes away, or once it's done and over with, and you're finally freed of it, brand new you as a result. Nothing else to hold you down or hold you back from the vision you have for yourself, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, whatever they may be. And that's why this is saying, keep moving ahead confidently in the direction that you've chosen. Because that direction was divinely inspired and going to help you, right, achieve this new version of you. It's purposeful. The inspiration that you've had to fight for something that you desire over here with the Nine of Cups. is purposeful. It's putting you on the path not only to achieve, but also to reinvent yourself and have a clean slate of some sort with that judgment, to where the old you is gone. There's no fragment of the old version of you that remains after this transition occurs, after the goal is achieved. So you've been inspired to go in a certain direction. You've been inspired to fight for something. Keep fighting towards that. Have confidence in the inspiration and the path that you've chosen to pursue that inspiration, because once you get it, once the wish is fulfilled, you're going to be a totally different person for it. And I think that this new moon in Leo, August 2020, is the pivotal moment. It feels like a turning point. An ending into a transition of a new you, a new chapter, lighter, more freer, more liberated for it. Nothing else to hold you back. Wishes granted, dreams fulfilled, but it's your fight and your determination that actually has helped you achieve it. So again, don't forget to give yourself a little credit and maybe congratulate yourself for a moment. Take a moment to sit with yourself and kind of like reevaluate, right? All you've accomplished up until this point. Because I know with these cards, some of you have been working really hard towards something important over here with this Nine of Cups. A wish on your heart. Cups are all about, the heart space. And the Nine of Cups is all about that wish, that desire for fulfillment. So you've been working really hard towards something, and maybe not congratulating yourself enough in the process. Go out and have a few drinks, in celebratory energy. And if you don't drink, go have a frozen virgin cocktail or something. You know what I mean? Like go do something to celebrate is kind of what I'm trying to say. The little accomplishments, maybe go treat yourself to something nice, because you deserve it, right? You're on the precipice of something great, though. And all the hard work does feel like, with the hard work of that Seven of Wands, the fight that you've been given it's all going to pay off with the Nine of Cups. But you got to keep moving. Again, you are making progress whether you see it or not. You're literally, you have 7, 8, 9, right? 7, 8, 9. That is indeed major progress. And then I'm looking at the Judgment energy like achievement. It's like the Judgment's feeling like the energy that I'm picking up from the Judgment feels like reaching the finish line. Reaching the finish line is kind of what I'm hearing from this. And also 7, 8, 9, 2 10s, right? It's Roman numeral 10. So it does feel like major progression here. All right, so let me see if I can get 3 little cards here. And then I'm going to grab a final oracle for you. Oh, okay. Moon? Luna? Well, how fitting, right? How fitting that it's the moon energy and it's a new moon. Granted, in the picture it's a full moon, but it makes sense. The moon talks about uncertainties that we may feel. Us not really having the full scope or picture at the moment. It does kind of keep us in the dark, and maybe things are a little veiled. We don't have the full... We're not completely in the know, I guess, with the moon energy. And it does kind of create a little bit of worry, doubt, uncertainty. But I'm almost feeling with the Seven of Wands, you're and the Eight of Wands, you're almost there. Look at the progression, the gorgeous progression here that you're making. You're so close, right? Okay, this, and I had the whole thing upside down. Okay, so we have the voice. This energy talks about your instincts, your inner voice. Also, it talks about speaking up for yourself. Again, it's that energy of the Seven of Wands where you fight for something. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to speak your voice. Not only that, what are your instincts telling you? Because a wolf energy is very instinctual. Likewise, wolf energy talks about, as an animal medicine, talks about facing your fears. So I think with the Seven of Wands over here and the Eight of Wands and the uncertainty over here of the Moon, you indeed have faced certain uncertainties and challenges, but nonetheless have kept pressing forward. Wow, more fire energy. Again, the fire in your belly, that spark that's been lit, right? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, Mars energy, that warrior spirit. So the divine spark has literally been lit, and you're listening to that internal guidance, that instinct that you have to keep maybe moving in a certain direction. Despite the odds, despite the uncertainties, you're still doing it. The energy of sleep, hibernation, right? This reminds me of the Hermit, where there are moments of rest, action, momentum. Energy of fire would be action. What this is kind of giving me the vibe of is like, after so much push, after so much action, you're going to have a moment where you can breathe. And I felt that moment of, like, I was feeling like a little bit of a sigh of relief coming from the Judgment too. So it's like reaching the finish line, taking that last deep breath, like, right? I think that's what this is saying. Likewise, whenever I see the bear, for whatever reason, it does remind me of a seed. Although this deck does have a seed in it already, but this does remind me of a seed sprouting roots and growing. And even in the downtime, manifestation and growth is still in progress. Okay? So even when you have moments of rest and inaction, you're still making progress. And we already see it go from the 7 to the 8 to the 9, and then the Judgment. So we see the progress. Maybe, like I said, you don't see it for yourself. And this is also kind of a reminder that you're going to have a moment of rest. Like, all your hard work is going to pay off to the point where you can actually sit, rest, and take a breather. And appreciate it. Appreciate what you've accomplished thus far. Oh, look at that. And the healing energy that comes with it. Once you've reached the goal, you have your healing, your moment where you can rest and relax and heal. That Judgment energy is saying, yes, you heal the old you. No more of that to carry around on your shoulders. You're free from that. And you reach your healing as a result. So let's see if we can get final oracle cards for you. Wish fulfillment's on the way. A new version of you is also on the way. You're on the brink of all of this happening. So the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Wands is saying, keep moving forward. Keep traveling towards the direction of your dreams, of your wishes. The 8 of Wands is a travel card, and next to the 9 of Cups is saying keep traveling towards your wishes and your goals. Keep fighting one more day with the 7 of Wands to achieve that wish or goal. Because the moment you do, you're going to be feeling so liberated so different, so new, so much more you than you ever have before. It's going to shift and change you inside and out. Like, I don't think with that Judgment energy is feeling like life is not going to be the same once it's achieved. But you got to keep pushing, because you have the fire and the inspiration that was given to you. You heard the call and you acted upon it. And it's feeling like, because you acted upon it, you heard the call and you acted upon it, you're going to be very much blessed because of it with the Nine of Cups. Because think about it, not everybody hears the call, let alone when they hear it, they respond. But you did. That's what this is feeling like. So let's get one card. For whatever reason, I know I'm doing this for the collective, but it does feel like this is a personal reading. Okay. And again, I have the whole deck upside down. So my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition, right? I do want to see what's underneath the deck. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So I'm going to keep that, and I do want to grab one more. Look at that. Hope is the conduit for miracles. Well, I'm looking at the Judgment and the Nine of Cups together. That looks like a miracle to me. So when I look at these three cards, it's like you're shifting your perspective. You're creating the inner world that you're creating right now, or manifesting as far as your wishes and your goals. Okay? It's going to be a reflection. It's going to reflect outward eventually. So this is a two-way street over here with this card. Your internal world will be created in your external world. And likewise, your external world is a reflection of what's going on in your internal world. The goal is to manifest what we want on the inside first and have it express itself eventually and materialize into the outer world. And you have another moon here. And then it says, when I focus on my inner light, again, it's almost like these two cards are emphasizing the idea of your inner world. Like everything, the seed of creation is inside. It starts in your inner world. And it says, when I focus on my inner light, my inner world, I see the world through the lens of love, right? Again, if you're focusing on a goal, it starts inside and then materializes outward. But the beginnings of any creation also has to come from a place of love. So if you have a vision for yourself and you approach it through love or through the energy of love, you're going to create that experience inside outward. Hope is a conduit for your miracles. So faith, trust, confidence, all that is going to create the dreams and the wishes and the life you want to see. Physical steps forward also. Again, it's feeling very much like a lot of you have been heavily manifesting despite your challenges. You haven't given up hope. You still continue to work from the inside out. But you're trying to change your world in big ways. You have probably come across opposition in the process of doing so, because life will do that to you. But Spirit over here is saying, look, continue to have confidence in the direction that you're going in. Continue to charge ahead confidently. You're protected in the process. Your mind and your heart, when they marry, they create. You envision it in your mind's eye, you feel it with your heart, and that creates energy. That energy is then pushed outward. It's kind of like a magnet then to attract the thing that you are creating in your mind and in your heart in unison. And that's why it says hope is a conduit for miracles, because that's what it is. You hold the vision in your mind, you feel it in your heart. You take the practical steps toward it, but nonetheless, never really letting it go. And that's how you create your life and your world and the beauty that you want to see inside reflected outward. So I want to grab some dice here for angel numbers to maybe get a set of numbers to help us provide additional messages for this reading. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll for the angel numbers using some dice, and I always recommend that you go and look up whatever source you trust the most to interpret the number combinations for you. I always say part of the journey in doing the research, you might come across other synchronicities, other confirmations you might have maybe been looking for. And I wouldn't want to suggest a website right away, because that could rob you of the journey to coming across those synchronicities, right? And we all have things that we have to, maybe find along the way, right? Clues. We all have our own personal clues to find along the way. So doing the research yourself, maybe you might come across a few. So these angel numbers also might provide confirmation of this reading, maybe additional messages to accompany the reading. So again, look up the numbers, find the interpretations for yourself, and see what you get, okay? Let's see. We have 5, 5, and 6. So 5, 5, 6 is your angel number for this new moon reading in Leo, August 2020. I will leave you here, Star Family. If you feel that this has helped, maybe confirm something for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to support this channel, maybe like this video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, click that little bell for notification as well so you never miss a future video, because I upload often. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available, and you could book a reading whenever you feel guided to. Okay, so with all of that being said, I'll leave you here, sending much love wherever you are. Take care of yourselves and keep shining.